Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Two teams will need their quarterbacks to step up and leave their offenses on the gridiron today. It's the Raiders going up against the Chiefs. Now we'll take you out to O.co Coliseum, where Jim Nantz and Phil Simms have the call.
Chiefs, Raiders. It's pouring here as we're getting ready for today's matchup.
Hello, friends. Jim Nantz along with Phil Simms. You just have to love these types of games because there's just so much bad blood. There's such a deep rivalry here. The spirit is intense, and these teams will do anything to beat the other team.
Yeah, I think you're right. They're willing to take chances. We found that out from the coaches this week talking to them. They know this is a rivalry game. They're playing a good team, so they're going to take these chances to give their guys a chance to win. And the bad blood, wow, it sounds bad, but that's good because that means it's going to be physical on the field. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch.
Now as we go to the field, it's Niall Davis back deep for the kickoff. Sebastian Janikowski has it teed up for the opening kickoff. Davis is going to start his return. And the tackle is made. The offense will start their drive from about the 31. Here is the former overall #1 pick of the draft by way of Utah, quarterback Alex Smith.
Alex Smith does a little bit of everything. Able to get out of trouble when he needs to. Pretty good athlete and has learned over the years to throw the football down the field better and better as the years have gone by.
Smith will have it in the pistol. First down at the 31. Jamal Charles rocks for a loss on that tackle.
And the offense here in this one will be looking to put points on the board in bunches.
Jamal Charles is in the backfield.
2nd and 12.
Smith connects with Bo, and he's tackled, but not until he picked up the first down.
That's a nice job by the offense there. Get the first down, keep those chains moving, give yourself 3 more opportunities.
Jenkins lined up now as a slot receiver. Alex Smith from the gun. Looking across the middle, and Smith just throws this pass incomplete.
As we get a look at the defensive starters, this secondary will certainly need to be on point here in the passing game.
Charles is lined up behind his quarterback as the single back. Makes the reception.
Nice job by the quarterback finding the open guy short. They get the completion. They still do not get the first down, though.
Jenkins is lined up in the slot. Shotgun look here for Alex Smith. Will send it back to the quarterback out of the gun. Has the reception all alone.
Well, we got the mojo flowing today, don't we? You start out the game, it's early, you pick up a couple first downs, and you think you can't be stopped.
That long gain sets them up here on this play.
Smith's going to take it from the gun. On the money.
And he's brought to the ground.
Well, I guess the best thing to say there, Jim, is they completed a pass, but it still did not get a first down.
Play number 6 coming up on this drive. Dropping back 3. Can't find the target on the pass underneath. The offense heads to the line for the 7th play of the drive. The Chiefs come out in the pistol.
3rd and 5.
Looking to go deep. Intercepted.
The tackle was made. That's a touchback, and the ball will be spotted at the 20. So the rookie quarterback will take the field, trying to improve week by week.
Well, he's getting some experience. It's not a lot, but it's enough to help him feel more comfortable and I think play better. He should do well here today.
Offense lines up here. 1st and 10. Will go ground to the outside. DeVito's there to make the tackle. 2nd down coming up. The Raiders step up to the line, employing now their jumbo package. Right side, and at the 25, he'll be brought down. Derek Johnson is a man who makes so many tackles for this Chiefs defense.
I watched Derek Johnson in college for the University of Texas. He was making tackles all the time down there, and he has continued that process even in the NFL.
The flag is out as the play continues.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense. Automatic 1st down.
They come to the line, and it's 1st down. After the long gain, let's see what they do here. Trying to work that left side. No one's going to get him now. The 20.
What a nice throw and catch that time, but here it just shows you why you want to have a lot of speed on the defensive side. So when you make a mistake, what do? You make up for it by chasing the player down from behind and making the tackle.
That was a big gainer. Now it's time to back it up. That's an interception. He stacked up at that point.
This defensive coordinator, he is one aggressive dude. He keeps going after this offense, and finally he gets the interception inside their own 20-yard line and stops the offense from getting any points.
1st down at the 16. The defense gets the sack.
What a good scheme that time by the defense. They confuse the offense. They blitz. They don't know who to pick up. And how about the defender? They must love this. Coming in free and gets a good clean shot on the QB and gets a sack.
Smith's got it on the play action. Ball is out. The offense was able to recover the ball. Charles takes the hit and is brought down. Well, the offense lucks out this time as they hold on to the football.
Yeah, I think the word luck is appropriate here, no doubt about it. Bad fumble that time by the offensive player, but at least they were alert enough to get there and get on it, keep possession of the football. Defensive coordinators love this situation, don't they? 3rd and long, they can do just about anything, and it's going to work, and they stop the offense that time.
Looking for a lane on the return. Good yardage picked up on that call. First down here. The Raiders this time will go with 2 tight ends. Gets the handle here. And that'll gain just a few yards.
Well, a short gain on the run that time by the offense. When you're a running football team, listen, there's going to be a lot of ugly plays that don't work. You just got to keep running it.
Let's go.
2nd down and 7. To the ground. Berry's there to make the tackle.
You got to keep your offensive linemen aggressive, so you have to run the football every once in a while. That run, even though it was a short gain, it served a purpose.
An extra tight end on the field for this one. The Raiders have it at the 39. Gets it out for the completion. The tackle's made, and the 1st down is picked up.
That's a nice route on the outside. Nice throw by the quarterback. Puts them in good position to keep moving and get a 1st down.
The offense is set at the line for the 1st down after that completion. The Raiders go with 2 tight ends on this play. They're going back up top. Almost intercepted that time.
The defense did everything right in that situation. They were in the right spot. They were smart. They read the quarterback's eyes. but they dropped the pass.
The jumbo set on the field. The Raiders from the 32. Makes the reception. That's a gain of 8.
The Raiders do a really good job this time on offense. The quarterback throws the ball short. They pick up a few yards, and now it makes third down much easier.
Let's go.
3rd and 2. Takes it out of the eye. Ball's out. Johnson's in on the tackle.
Well, the defense always says, let's cause some fumbles. Then when you cause it and you're not able to recover it, that is one emotional letdown.
1st and 10. Staying on the ground. Nice tackle.
The Raiders call the run play that time down in the red zone. It does not work. But when you're running the football, especially in the red zone, have some patience, stay with it, and if you do, most of the time you will get rewarded.
2nd down and 7. Brings it in. Puts up 6.
Good job on that touchdown. That puts them ahead, and it's always, of course, better to be ahead than behind.
Extra point was good. The Chiefs are anxious to return the kickoff. Davis got it. They'll mark him at the 41. They face 1st down. The Chiefs come to the line of scrimmage and empty out the backfield. Everyone split out wide. He makes the catch. He's brought to a halt.
Anytime you get over 4 yards on 1st down, it doesn't matter what the play is. Is it a run or a pass? That time, nice throw by the QB. Now they're in great position. 2nd down and short.
Alex Smith will take it right from the center. They've come out in the dime package. Just a quick drop back. Setting up screen. Smith dumps it off to Charles.
Well, we see it more and more. Football thrown behind the line of scrimmage. They do it that time. Nice catch, but a loss of yards on the play.
Smith by himself in the backfield. 3rd and 7. Should have had it, but the hit knocked it out.
Jenkins is one of those guys. If he drops a pass or makes a mistake on the field, he doesn't make excuses. He knows no matter what the circumstances are, if you get your hands on the football as a receiver in the NFL, everybody expects you to make a catch.
This will bounce into the end zone for a touchback, and the ball will come out to the 20. It's 1st down as they head to the line.
Let's go.
Handoff out of the eye. Out to the right. They'll mark him at the 40.
The Raiders' offensive line will be whooping it up tomorrow when they watch this play in the film room. What a good job by them. Excellent planning and awesome execution.
First down here after the run. Here they come back to the line after picking up over 20 yards on that last play. Brings it into his body, and that'll be a gain of about 2.
The key to being a really good route runner and running these drag routes across the field is show some courage. Don't worry about what's in front of you. The quarterback will take care of that.
2nd and 8. Almost intercepted.
Every quarterback in the NFL is going to have 1 or 2 passes a game that can be picked off. Most of the time they're dropped, and this time that was a bad drop by the defense.
3rd and 8. And he's forced to the ground.
Well, that time the quarterback is sacked on the third down, and that's, of course, that's bad. But the good thing is he did not try to force the football down the field and get the turnover.
Williams got it on the fair catch as the offense heads out now.
Fair catch brought in at the 32-yard line.
The Chiefs now will start their drive at the 32. Alex Smith will take it right from the center. First down at the 32. Delayed handoff. Tackles made.
Yeah, the draw play, it's been around forever, and it is still a valuable asset to all offenses. Make the defense think pass, you hand it off, you get them retreating, and you can pick up a few extra yards.
On this passing down, the defense comes out in the nickel.
The Chiefs from the 37.
Reaches out and snatches it.
He's brought down.
The Chiefs, a lot of people like to throw screens and run draws. No, they look deep down the field. It's not there. They throw it short. They pick up some good yards. Now they can do what they want on third, run or pass.
Chabot. Tackles made, and that'll move the chains.
You got to be agile when you make these kind of catches, running these short drag routes across the field. That time we saw the agility of the receiver. Nice catch.
First down and 10. Jamal Charles carries the football. They bring him to the turf.
Nice job that time by the defense. They were ready for the run. Nowhere for the running back to go, and they stopped him for a short gain.
Alex Smith will take it right from the center.
2nd and 6.
The Chiefs now move the chains. We've got a player down, so we'll step aside and be back in just a moment.
It's a dime look for the defense on this play.
First down at the 39.
And he's taken down.
My gosh, you talking about getting overpowered. I guess they were expecting a speed move. The right guard and right tackle are both fooled. They get run over and they give up a sack.
Smith's going to take the snap from the shotgun. Catch made. Charles takes the hit and is brought down.
Well, it doesn't get much worse than this, does it? You're losing the football game. Now you're looking at 3rd and long. And look, there are no miracles in the NFL. I'll tell you that. So be smart. If the play is not there, don't force it. Dump it off and wait for the next time you get it.
Offense lines up here.
Smith's got it in the gun. They're going to get him here for a sack.
You got to give that defensive front a lot of credit, man. They are pushing. They're getting after it. They know it's probably going to be a pass on 3rd down, and they get back to the quarterback and take him down.
The Raiders bring their offense back onto the field for their next drive.
For this play, they'll go with 2 tight ends.
First down at the 18. They'll run it. Here's the handoff.
If you want to run the football with success, you're going to have plays like this where they pick up very little yardage. Don't listen to the fans. Keep running it, and it'll work.
They bring in the extra tight end.
Midway 2nd quarter. The give. And this will end up as a 2-yard loss.
Manage the football game. That's what you have to do as a quarterback. You're winning a close game and it's 3rd and long. Well, manage it. Know what to do. Don't force the play here. If it's not there, throw it away and just punt the football.
3rd and 11.
Finds his mark.
And stop the play right there.
When you have a quarterback that can throw the football like this guy, even though it's 3rd and 10+ yards, he makes a nice throw for the first down.
Let's see what they do on first down following that huge play.
Catch made near the sideline.
Well, you always hear that expression, it's a chess match out there. Well, I believe that because you got to be a thinker on the football field. And the quarterback won this chess match. He changed the pass protection, he got the extra time, and it worked to his advantage.
The defense gets a sack.
Well, I know this feeling. When a blitzer's coming, nobody's there to block him. There's nothing you can do as a quarterback, but try to protect yourself because you're going down.
Coming to the line, hoping to avoid being sacked for a third time. Down the field, and that was close to an interception for Barry.
Jim, when you get in these situations, there's not much you can do. Third and long, not easy to pick up first downs in these type of situations.
King is back now. He'll be punting. Up about 3.
Of course, Jim, you and I would have called a fair catch there because you know why? We're cowards. Who'd want to take this kind of punishment when the defender's all around you?
The Chiefs come onto the field for their next series. Charles lined up in the backfield. Smith takes it from the gun. Smith dumps it off to Charles. He stayed in there that time, took the hit, but still was able to make the play.
Jim, you're right. Good job by the QB, and you're going to have to do this 3 or 4 times a game. The protection cannot always be perfect. He stands in there, gets hit, but still throws the football right on target. Charles is able to show everybody why he should get the football more. Good job that time, finding his way and picking up a first down.
Smith will take it right from the center. Now 1st and 10. And they'll run the football with Charles. They are in the backfield in a hurry and will bring him down for a loss behind the line of scrimmage. Second down after going to the ground game the first play. And we've reached the 2-minute warning. Second down following the run. Jenkins is in the slot. Alex Smith's going to take it from the shotgun. Throw to the left. On the money.
Well, we still got a close game here, and you got to try to keep it that way. It's 3rd and long, and you're losing the football game. Don't take a chance on the offensive side. Wait for your next opportunity.
Jamal Charles is in the backfield. 3rd and long. Charles out to the right. And he's going to be tackled, and that's going to bring us to 4th down. The Chiefs have not had a strong running game this half, at least in the sense of handing the football off. Charles has been off the mark, and that's a big reason why they're trailing in this one.
That's right. It hasn't worked. So what do you say? Don't be afraid to change. What you have to do, you call the plays. They give your team the best chance to win, and they better start changing those play calls.
He's brought down at the 25-yard line. 1st down coming up. 2 tight ends on the field here. They'll run it here. Good piece of tackling.
Good job by the defensive line, standing in there and fighting, and they hold the running back to a short gain.
It's now 2nd down and 7 after the 3-yard rush. Coming to the line, hoping to avoid being sacked for a 3rd time. They'll mark him at the 34.
Nice run that time. When you run the football like this, over a period of time, it's going to wear that defense out. There's no doubt about it. Nice job by the offensive line.
They call his number once more. The Chiefs are going to burn the first of their 3 timeouts right here. Not far from a 1st down. They're going to go for it. Offense lines up here. The Raiders have it at the 34. They want to keep feeding him the football. The Raiders roll the dice and pick up the first on 4th down.
Yeah, I like that analogy. Roll the dice. Sometimes you got to take a chance and hope it comes up 7. Well, I don't know about the 7, but they pick up the first down.
The Raiders from the 37. And now they'll be on the other side of the 50 after this play. That does it here for the first half. Chiefs trail in this one. Ryan Suckup ready for the kickoff. Able to move past the 20 and brought down at the 23. The Raiders now will start their drive at the 23. Coming to the line, hoping to avoid being sacked for a third time. Can't find space, and this will be a loss of 1 on the play. As they continue to lead, you do wonder if this team will run the football more, even though it has been really ineffective to this point.
No, I'd say this. I would go with the pass. You know, you can win the game in the NFL just passing the football. That's what they're going to have to do here today. The run game, it's been rough, and I don't see it changing.
There's going to be an injury timeout here. We'll take a quick break and be back in just a moment. Looking to go up top again on first down. The catch is made.
The tackle is made at the 40-yard line.
That's what you want to do. Just get a first down, especially when you're on top. Keep the clock moving. Keep the defense guessing. Make them react instead of attack.
This play set up by the long gainer. Throws the pass. Underneath and incomplete that time. Let's go now to Danielle Bellini, who has an injury update.
Guys, I just spoke with a Raiders official. Nobody expects this injury to keep him out very long, but they do want to look him over one more time before he heads back into the game.
Smith's there that time for the tackle.
Anytime you picked up a couple first downs, here's what happens. The defense starts to doubt what they're doing, but maybe more importantly, it gets those big boys over there tired.
The Raiders from the 22. And he's thrown to the ground.
That's a bad job by the offense that time. There's no doubt about it. The blitz by the defense, they do not do a good job of finding out where everybody's blitzing from. They let a guy come free, and that free blitzer, or as we call them, free runners, he gets the hit on the QB and takes him down. Nice situation here for the offense. They're winning the football game. Now they're in the red zone. Let's see if they can come up with a play that fools the defense.
And the offense will need 3 yards here on third down after the completion.
Double tight end formation. Throws to the right. Smith's able to swat the pass away.
Anytime you get a chance as a defender in your own end zone and knock it down, that's what you do. Nice play by the defensive guy.
The kick is through for 3.
Yeah, that was a good job that time by the defense. They were bending, they did not break, and all they did was give up a field goal.
Sebastian Janikowski lining up for the kickoff.
They're setting up the return. Just across the 20 and tackled at the 21. The Chiefs offense heads on to the field. Smith's setting up now in the pistol. First down at the 21. Smith with the handoff. Charles takes the hit and is brought down. We see now just some of the many hits this quarterback has taken during a challenging day for him, Phil.
Jim, it's very understandable why he is not playing well today. Think about it. When you have less time to make a decision on where to throw the football, you are not going to have a great day.
Coming up, second down. Jenkins, a receiver in the slot. Sims is to take him down. Smith still down, so we'll take a quick break and be back in just a moment. Charles lined up in the backfield. Third down and 5. Makes the reception. In on the stop.
This team, one of the better tackling teams in the NFL, and they play the situation perfectly. They give up the short completion. They come up and make the tackle. Now we have a 4th down.
First down, offense readying for the snap. It's a 2 tight end formation. And here's the toss. The Raiders get a first down.
Raiders offensive line is just whooping some tail today, aren't they? What a job up front. That helps the running back get in space, get down there, and pick up a big gain.
The Raiders will come out in the pistol. 1st and 10. Handoff. Houston's all over that offense and brings him down.
Good job by the defense. They stopped the offense that time on 1st down. Now the defense is in a good situation.
After running it, it's 2nd down. An extra tight end on the field for this one. The Raiders now move the chains.
That's a really good throw and catch, and they get the first down, Jim. That's what you want to do. Pick up that first down. Now you give your offense 3 more opportunities.
First down at the 47. Gets it out for the completion. That brings the play to an end. As we get another look at the stats in a game where you're winning, you expect your quarterback to come up big. And that has been the case today.
It's been an outstanding day from the quarterback position. Decision-making, throws all over the field, accuracy. You can't ask your quarterback to do any more than he has done today.
The defense gets the sack.
What a good scheme that time by the defense. They confuse the offense. They blitz. They don't know who to pick up. And how about the defender? They must love this. Coming in free and gets a good clean shot on the QB and gets a sack.
Has his man. Gains 13.
Tim, when you get down the red zone, you have to be very careful as a quarterback not to turn the football over. Good decision that time by the quarterback. Gets the completion, and they get a nice solid pickup that time.
He's setting up here. He's been sacked 4 times already. What a beating it has been for the quarterback. 6 for the Raiders.
The fullback gets the touchdown. So many things they do are underappreciated. Blocking for the running back, protecting the quarterback, but nothing like scoring a touchdown.
Makes the PAT. The Chiefs will now be in an even deeper Here as they get ready to return the kick. Scores 17-0. Davis has got it. Gets out past the 20 and brought down at the 24. The Chiefs bring their offense back onto the field for their next drive. Jamal Charles is in the backfield. The Chiefs take it from the 23.
And they'll give it to Jamal Charles, able to take the football out to the 28-yard line. And it'll be 2nd down and 6 after the running play on 1st down.
Wide receivers stacked up on this play. Wide receivers are bunched up. Smith's back in shotgun formation to Avery. Taken down at the 33.
Good job by the play caller that time, calling for the short pass. Even though it comes up short of the 1st down, it opens up many things that you can do on 3rd. You can run a reverse, draw plays, screen plays, or if you want, you can still throw it down the field.
Will go ground. Nothing there as this goes for a loss of 2.
Well, when you have good team speed on the defensive side, you can make plays just like this. You can get it in the backfield and tackle the running back for a loss.
Set up, return. Here he goes. Picks up 8 here. First down on the way. They load it up now. Bring out the jumbo formation. Here's the handoff. And he's brought to the ground.
After the 2-yard carry, it sets up 2nd down and 8. He's setting up here. He's been sacked 4 times already. What a beating it has been for the quarterback. He's tackled at the 30.
Hey, this defense, they are tough. When you run that football, they got some men up front, and that time they stopped that run just for a short gain.
For this play, they'll go with 2 tight ends.
3rd down and 8. Looks to his left. Very nearly intercepted.
Whoa, the quarterback took a big sigh of relief after that throw. That pass was close. It was nearly picked off. And sometimes you just got to make a better decision at the quarterback position.
Signals and makes the fair catch. The Chiefs offense ready now to see what it can do. The Chiefs have it at the 34. Here's the handoff, and they'll run it. He's tackled right at the 36. The Chiefs have tried a couple of different ways to get the running game going, but it hasn't paid off. Charles has been stopped from the 1st quarter.
Running game has no chance. That's obvious. We've seen it here today, and it's time for this offense to open it up, quit trying to run the football, and throw it down the field.
Smith set in the pistol. The Chiefs snap it at the 36. Set up screen. A tackle behind the line. A reception on 2nd down, but not enough for the 1st. 3rd down. Third down now. Final quarter underway now with this snap. And he's going to be dropped. And that's a 3 and out for the offense.
Well, I know this feeling. When a blitzer's coming, nobody's there to block him. There's nothing you can do as a quarterback but try to protect yourself because you're going down.
And it'll be Colquitt back to punt. We'll see what he can do here. Muscles through the defender. Breaks out of that one. This is a big-time return.
special teams is usually overlooked in football games, but it plays a big part in winning and losing. How about that punt return that time? Good job, good blocks, and a good run.
1st and 10.
Completion. He'll pick up 7 this time.
I think the best thing to see, it gained a few yards, so that's what you do. All plays don't score. Sometimes you just want to pick up a couple yards.
The Raiders snap it at the 36.
Looking to go down the field here, and that was close to an interception for Barry.
Well, Jim, I threw a lot of passes like that in my career where it should have been intercepted, and the guy dropped it. You just go, yes, I got a break. Now can you capitalize on that break?
3rd and 4. Throwing now to his left. This offense can't be stopped on 3rd down no matter the distance.
I think the coach on the sidelines, he's going to be happy with every first down because he knows that's more time off the clock. When you're up like this, multiple scores in the second half, every first down just puts the odds in your favor of winning this game.
1st down and 10. With 2 hands, he has it.
And gets the 1st down. Creating space and being a big target. That's what we've seen out of this guy today, Phil.
No doubt about it. He is a talented tight end. In the NFL, the coaches are doing a better and better job of finding ways to get tight ends more chances to catch the football, and this guy's taking advantage of it. So,
the Raiders, touchdown.
You know, if you're a defensive player and you're covering a receiver down here on 1st and goal, you don't have to cover that much area. That's a terrible job by the defense giving up that touchdown pass.
The Chiefs are anxious to return the kickoff.
Davis got a chance for a return. And he's taken down right at about the 29, not quite to the 30.
First down here.
Jenkins is going to get set in the slot for this snap. Alex Smith from the gun. Pulls it in. He'll be taken down about 3 yards short of the 1st.
Quarterbacks love throwing the football on 1st down. Usually it's the easiest defense to throw against. They do a nice job that time. They get some good yards, and it's almost a 1st down.
Smith takes it from the gun. Has his target.
Chiefs are in for the score.
Touchdown, Chiefs.
Good job by the offensive coordinator calling those plays. Leads to a touchdown. They're just slowly chipping away at this lead. Now can their defense come out and help them out?
Tosses the football. So put down a touchdown and a 2-point conversion on that occasion.
Yeah, good job by the offense. They executed the play perfectly, and they got in the end zone, like you said, and got that 2 points. Well, a lot of good things happened on both sides of the football this time. How about that return by the return team? Good job, good blocking. Look at the speed of that guy running. They get the tackle from behind. They stop the touchdown.
Shows all kinds of awareness here as he picks up the 1st down.
When you're a quarterback throwing against zone defenses, look for the open space. That's what he did that time. He found it, and the receiver ran in there and made the catch.
The Raiders take it from the 43. He's got the catch.
The tackle is made.
Now this quarterback's pretty smart, I'll tell you that. And, you know, he knows, he sees the blitzes. That time he changed to pass protection, and he gets the extra time. That's a great job by the QB.
2nd down and 7. Out to the left. Secures it with 2 hands. And the tackle is made at the 35-yard line.
Good job that time by the quarterback. Found the open guy. Picked up some solid yards with that pass. 3rd and short. Now this opens up everything on the offensive side.
The Raiders will take the snap from the 35. He'll throw it over the middle.
That's been the story of this game. Another third down conversion to move the chains.
And now here we see a tight end who has consistently found a way to get it done, Phil.
I just wondered what, Jim, when you look at this guy today, what's it like to be so good? There's nothing he can't do, and we're seeing it here on the field today.
Back to the air here on first down. Makes the catch in open space.
Well, this defense, cover 4, where 4 defensive backs are back there deep. It stops all the big passes down the field. But look at these crossing routes. Wide open, hit them, and let them catch it and run, and you still get the big plays.
Staying with the passing game on first down. He's in for the score.
Go to an NFL practice, they spend about 40% of their time practicing plays going in to score, and that's why they made it look so easy here. Nice throw by the quarterback on first and goal.
Sebastian Janikowski lining up for the kickoff.
Davis got a chance to return this one. Gets out past the 20 and brought down at the 24. The Chiefs come to the line to start this drive at the 24. Charles lined up in the backfield. The Chiefs have it at the 24. And he's forced to the ground.
I don't know if they were confused or not, but the left side of the offensive line that time, they were not aggressive. They got pushed back, and they give up a sack of the quarterback.
Smith standing back in the shotgun, ready for the snap.
He's looking to the right here on this throw. He's stacked up at that point.
Well, they complete the pass, Jim, but doesn't get the first down. Sooner or later, you got to throw one down the field.
Smith's going to be in the pistol here. The Chiefs lined up in the pistol.
3rd and 13.
Set up screen to Charles. Nothing there on the screen as it falls incomplete.
Defensive coordinators love this situation, don't they? 3rd and long, they can do just about anything, and it's going to work, and they stop the offense that time.
He's going to challenge the punt coverage.
That's a gain of 10.
They come to the line of scrimmage. First down.
Handoff made. Gets about 9 on the play.
That was a power running play that time by the offense. It picked up some good yards. Nothing like it. Show the defense you're willing to get in there and slug it out and get some tough running yards.
Will go ground. And they get to him at the 45.
Jim, this defensive end is so athletic. Well, it measures up to you because you're an athletic guy. He holds his position, stops the runner for no gain. Great job.
They bring in the extra tight end. The Raiders will take the snap from the 45. Now
They take the football onto the opponent's side of the field.
3rd and short. I don't know what you do anymore. I've given up. Do you throw it? Do you run it? Do you have that kind of faith in your offensive line? Well, the offense does. They run the football. Great job by the offensive lineman, giving that running back a chance to get that first down.
Now 1st and 10. Toss to the outside. 2 minutes to go before this one's in the books. New set of downs now after picking up the first on the ground. Here they come back to the line after picking up over 20 yards on that last play. Takes it on the counter. And they are in on Nick Matt.
When you're an offensive lineman and you can line up and just run the football straight ahead and pick up those kind of yards, you are going to get into the head of the defense. You're basically saying, we're tougher than you are, and we're just going to come right at you.
2 tight ends on the field here.
2nd down and 5.
but the collision jarred it loose.
Good timing by the defensive player that time. He gets to the receiver just as the football is getting there and makes the hit and knocks that football loose.
Khalid's able to get a hand on it and knock it away.
Good job by the linebacker, just watching the quarterback, reading his eyes. He made the move at the right time, and he knocked the pass down.
No good. An empty trip for the offense. They come to the line, and it's first down. The defense comes out in the nickel. From the shotgun. Looking to the right side and throwing. Nice tackle. That was a nice reception, but not enough for the first down. Second down coming up.
Holding on to the timeout. They'll rush back to the line. Incomplete. Looking underneath that time.
Let's see what they do on this third down situation.
Jamal Charles is in the backfield.
Plenty of defensive backs out on the field for this one.
Alex Smith's going to take it from the shotgun. Has his target, and he's on the sidelines out of bounds.
Jim, here in the fourth quarter, when you're down, what you want to do is just keep that football moving. That time it's a short throw. He gets a completion. Good job.
The Chiefs snap it at the 41.
Looking across the middle.
Fasano's got it. First down.
They're back at the line after that catch for a first down.
They'll go hurry up now. Won't use a timeout.
And he hauls it in. Brought down at the 29. First down here after the completion.
Time continues to tick away as they'll rush back to the line.
He'll fire it out to the left.
He's got the catch. Here they are inside the 20, and they keep hope alive.
Yeah, they've done that. Now they got to do the hard part. When you get to this part of the field in the red zone, we know the defense is not worried about deep throws down the field. You've got to hit those seams. We'll see if they can get it done.
Finds his mark. Gains 18.
The Chiefs are going to burn the first of their 3 timeouts right here. The offense heads to the line for the 7th play of the drive.
Smith's back at it now. Dropping back once again. Interception.
He's got a foot race to the end zone. He's at the 50, the 40, the 30, the 20, the 10, all the way home just in time, a late touchdown.
Well, on defense, to make a play like this, so much of it is about timing. Perfect timing by the defensive player. Gets the interception and runs it all the way back for a touchdown.
The Raiders with an extra point try on the way. And the extra point is good.
The Chiefs are anxious to return the kickoff.
Davis has got it on the return. Able to move past the 20 and brought down at the 23. First down here.
Nickel formation for the defense here.
Alex Smith from the gun.
And he's taken down. The Chiefs are going to use one of the 2 timeouts they have remaining.
Deep down the field to Bo. What a catch.
Running room. Touchdown, Kansas City Chiefs.
Touchdown, Chiefs.
This goes to show you got to practice everything in the NFL. On both sides of the ball, you can tell the offense has practiced this quite a bit. The receivers were in position. The football came their way, and they get a touchdown on a Hail Mary pass.
Most times, Phil, a rivalry game comes down.
Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Both quarterbacks have reliable tight ends they know they'll be able to count on to make plays. It's the Raiders going up against the Chargers. So let's go now to Oakland, California, where Jim and Phil are on the call.
It's the NFL on EA Sports. Kickoff looming in this AFC West matchup as we join you from O.Co Coliseum.
Hello, friends. Heaven-znt-1's along with Bill Sims, and welcome to this heated divisional rivalry. Yes, there have been a lot of close games, a lot of bad blood, and it's always intense when these two get ready to square off. How about it before kickoff, partner?
Well, you said it all, didn't you? Close games, heated rivalry. That alone tells you how exciting this game is going to be. When you take good players on two teams and you put them in the same division, oh my gosh, look out. That's when you get exciting physical football, and I think that's what we'll see here.
The Raiders are back deep, waiting for the kick return. And Nick Novak is ready to get this one started. Made right around the 26-yard line.
There's been all kinds of build-up and anticipation, and now the rookie quarterback heads onto the field for his first series.
Yeah, I think things have changed so much over the years. These quarterbacks, especially these rookies, they're so much more ready to play than previous years. They get to throw the football a lot in college, a lot in high school, so they come in the NFL prepared and ready to go. A lot of times you look at the drag route and you think that's the safety valve. You know what? It is. The quarterback is always taught to look down the field. If there's nobody open, throw it to the drag route coming across the field. That time they did it, and it's just short of getting the first down.
Gets the handle here. Taken down at the 45.
Always a chess match early in the game to see what your opponent is going to do. Good run that time by the offense. They pick up good yards. Maybe the defense will have to start crowding the line of scrimmage more.
They're able to move the chains after that last run. Double tight end formation.
And they advance the ball onto the other side of the field.
I think when I was playing, anytime we crossed the 50-yard line, it was kind of like a big sigh of relief because I knew now that there were a lot of things that could take place. I could afford to take sacks. I could afford to be a little more aggressive. Let's see how the offense reacts to this.
The Raiders will take the snap from the 45. In the end, it picks up only a yard.
Nothing fancy about that, but it's a good run. Gets a first down. Now the offense has 3 more chances.
They'll go with the extra tonnage here with the jumbo set. First down at the 44. Had it, but the hit knocks the ball out. Second down coming up. It's a 2 tight end formation. Catch made. And he's tackled some 3 yards away from a first down.
Well, the defense is going to make you throw it short, then throw it short, take advantage of it, and that completion gives you a good situation now on 3rd down.
Get ready.
3rd and 3. Handoff out of the I formation. Gains 18.
Well, one of the hardest things to do, and I think in the NFL now, is 3rd and short is run the football and pick up yards. That time, nice job by the offensive line. They showed their power, and they picked up the first down.
First down here after the run. Darren McFadden lined up in the backfield. Makes the grab. Touchdown.
That was a sweet touchdown right there. Just a nice throw by the quarterback. He put it right on the money. The receiver makes the catch. Beautiful touchdown.
The Raiders for the point after. He made it. The Chargers ready to return the kick. And here's Woodhead. Gets out past the 30 and brought down at the 35. Raised in Alabama, educated at NC State. Here is quarterback Philip Rivers.
Philip Rivers, very productive in the passing game, no doubt about it, but also a tremendous leader for this San Diego Chargers football team.
Matthews lined up in the backfield. 1st and 10. Handoff by Rivers. And this won't even get back to the line. They'll end up losing one. As we look at the lineups, there's the future Hall of Famer Antonio Gates, one to watch today.
I think when you look at Antonio Gates, what surprises you see that he's big and fast, but he's very deceptive. Knows how to sit defenders up. That's why he gets wide open.
Taking a look at the linebackers. They're young, they're unheralded, but they do know how to make plays. And Gates is set now, split out wide to the left. 3rd and 12. As Allen. And he's going to be tackled, and that's going to bring us to 4th down.
Here you are, 4th down, short yardage to go near midfield. You lose it. It's the end of the first half. If you go for it and miss right here, you can put yourself in a big hole going into halftime. So the answer is don't do it. Don't put yourself in a big hole. Punt the football, but you never know. A lot of things go through the mind of coaches in situations like this.
And no return as this goes for a touchback. They face 1st down. An extra tight end on the field for this one.
Get ready.
The Raiders get a 1st down.
Well, you play this cover 4. In other words, you got 4 defenders playing deep, equally spread across the field. Well, who's going to cover the end cuts and underneath? Nobody. That's why the quarterback got an easy completion that time on the end route.
He makes the catch, and he knows where he has to get to pick up the 1st.
Good job by the receiver, running into that defense through the zone, finding the open space, and making a nice catch.
1st and 10. Makes the catch. That'll put them in what we call plus territory.
What a nice catch by the receiver. Getting past the yard markers, makes the catch, and gets a 1st down.
First down at the 43. Throws the pass. Catch made. Brought down at the 32.
You can't play zone coverage against this quarterback. He knows it's zone, and he's going to find the open throwing lane, and he gets it done.
1st down and 10. He'll throw it over the middle. Got the completion.
The old-fashioned way of picking up big yardage is running the fly route on the outside. Show the speed of the receiver and the strength of the quarterback's arm. What a nice completion.
Now 1st and 10. Looking across the middle. He's brought to a halt.
You must be very creative in the red zone when it comes to the passing game. Formations, movement, do whatever it takes to give your players an advantage. That time they get a nice play call. They throw the pass and complete it for a good, solid pickup.
Makes the catch in the end zone. Touchdown.
Well, I want to play for the touchdown, and I'll tell you, in the NFL, there's so many good players on offense now. You can never have enough points, so keep padding on that lead. Good job. Good score.
The Raiders defense will now be ready to get on the field. Their offense moved the ball over 80 yards on that last drive. Really no answer for them on what was a very impressive drive. And he runs it out to about the 27 before he's taken down. It's first down as they head to the line. Matthews takes his spot in the backfield. To the ground. He's got some daylight. And Matthews is taken down at the 40.
Matthews is going to be tired after this run. That is a good long run. The offensive line was terrific, and he does a good job finding the hole and picking up those yards.
New set of downs now after picking up the first on the ground. Floyd's lined up now as a slot receiver. Matthews. That picks up 7.
Well, you got to have the draw play in your game or a delay. You know what that does? It fools the defense. And anytime you fool the defense, you usually get good gains.
Allen's lined up in the slot. 2nd and 3. Has his man. Gains 5.
What's the old expression? Just move the chains. That's what they did with that throw and catch that time, Tim. It also gives them a chance for 3 more downs.
Royals in the slot. Tight end in motion. First down at the 48. They're going to get him here for a sack.
That's a bad job by the offense that time. There's no doubt about it. The blitz by the defense, they do not do a good job of finding out where everybody's blitzing from. They let a guy come free, and that free blitzer, or as we call them, free runners, he gets the hit on the QB and takes him down. Well, that was a nice job by the offense. It just puts them in a better position. Nice little throw and catch.
Royals, a receiver in the slot. Rivers out of the gun. Pass hits the ground and goes incomplete on the short throw.
Jim, when you get in these situations, there's not much you can do. 3rd long, not easy to pick up first downs in these type of situations.
First down coming up. They'll run it. Here's the handoff. Tackles made.
Good job that time by the offense. Power run gets them a few yards.
There's a lot of extra weight out there for this jumbo set. The give for about 4.
What that run does, it just puts the offense in a good situation. So a good, positive run.
3rd and short. Gets it again. That's Weddle making the stop. Just look at the numbers behind the rushing attack here. And they are absolutely dominating at the line of scrimmage and on the scoreboard as well.
An offensive lineman's dream to run the football, to dominate physically and be winning the football game. That is a trifecta.
First down at the 40. Back to the ground. That's a tackle right near the 48.
Power running. A lot of teams in this league don't even do it anymore. This team, they can power it up in there and pick up those tough yards.
For this play, they'll go with 2 tight ends. 2nd down, 3 for the first. Here's the handoff to Darren McFadden. 3rd down. Offense lines up here. McFadden's taking the handoff. He's brought down.
McFadden's a great running back to have on your football team, isn't he? He goes up in there and gets the first down. Now your offense has 3 more chances.
They bring in the extra tight end. First down at the 42. Back to the ground now on first down. Greeny's there to take him down.
This is one good tackling defense. They stay in good position at all times, and we saw it that time, and they stopped the play for a short gain.
The Raiders snap it at the 41. Pulls it in. We're early in this game, but this defense must figure out a way to cover up this tight end because he's putting up big numbers.
I don't know if they can stop him, Jim. It's so hard for defenses now to come up with ways to stop these tight ends. They look like power forwards of the NBA. They're big, they're strong, they're fast. What do you do?
He has the grab. They bring him to the turf. And, Phil, you look at this offense right now. They've got a quarterback who's moving the football through the air, and that's a big reason why they're leading this game.
That's right. That's why they're leading the game. Boy, I'd hate to be a defensive back out there today. The wide receivers are good. The quarterback is hot. They've got awesome rhythm, and that's why they're playing so well.
First and goal from the 9. Takes it from the eye. Johnson's there to make the stop.
The Chargers defense, they got backed up in their own red zone, but you know what? They came through that time. There's a run play. They were waiting for it, and they stopped the offense for a very short gain.
This has been a long drive so far. Second and goal from the 7. In the promised land. Touchdown.
What a throw by the quarterback for a touchdown. It was just really nice. He threw it beautifully, right on target. Touchdown.
The Raiders for the point after. The point after try is in the books. The Chargers cannot come up with any answers here before halftime. And now they await the kickoff. Perhaps they can put some points on the board before the intermission. The score's 21-0. Woodhead's going to start his return. And he's tackled right at the 30-yard line after that return. The Chargers getting set now for their next series. Royals going to get set in the slot for this snap. The Chargers will take the snap from the 30. Rivers looking long. Nice catch. Scores the touchdown.
How about this gift? A wide open receiver down the field. The quarterback, good job of finding him. He throws it down there and he gets the easy touchdown.
Add the extra point. The kick is good. The Raiders now will have to decide what they want to do here as their lead has been chipped away just before the half. Scores 21-7. And he's met head on right there at the 20. The Raiders come out for the next possession. The Raiders in the pistol. First down at the 20. It's the old counter play. Reynolds is the one who brings him to the ground.
The Raiders offensive line will be whooping it up tomorrow when they watch this play in the film room. What a good job by them. Excellent planning and awesome execution.
Offense lines up here. The Raiders will take the snap from the 35. Interception by Eric Weddle. That'll stop the play right there.
Good job that time by the defense. Not being fooled, being in position. When you're in position, you have a chance to make the play. That time they did. They got the interception.
Royals lined up now as a slot receiver. The Chargers have it at the 44. The defense gets a sack. The Chargers signal for a timeout. They have 2 remaining. This will be second down.